All right, Scotty Scheffler ruins another big tournament. Second time in the past year where I've had to turn off a big tournament in the back nine on Sunday because there's just no point in watching anymore. So, fuck you, Scotty.
Does he cheat?
I think he's cheating.
Do you?
No, no, I don't think he is. But there's something fucked up about what goes on with him. I don't know what it is, but like the way he gets out of trouble so easily, and like obviously he's great. This is a testament to how good he is. The fact that you're even thinking like, something like that. I don't know what it is. It's the equipment or something. There's just something about it that like he doesn't. His rate of dispersion is so low compared to everybody else. Like when he's in trouble, the ball just goes in the right spot every single time. And not to mention every single break that he gets. Maybe the equipment is just too forgiving. Like today, I don't know what it is.
But only for him? What do you mean?
Yeah, only for him. And plus his swing, coming out of his shoes, like it shouldn't be that easy.
I know. Anytime he's in trouble, he always has like an outside shot at making par, like a 20% chance of making par, where everybody else is you're just praying they make a bogey.
Yeah.
This guy, you're like shocked when he does make a bogey.
And he rarely does. Like, it doesn't matter where he is, whether it's a bad drive or a bad second shot. It doesn't matter where he is. And the chip in shit, fucking Dr. Chipinski, he never stops.
Yep. It's like Spieth.
I hate him. But he's not like Spieth because he's so consistent off the tee and so long and straight.
He gained 17 tee to green this week. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
He fucking pisses me off. I mean,
this
like
Quagmire face.
Yeah, he's a quagmire. He's fucking. It's unbelievable. It's like, I don't know. What do you think about him?
I got one question for you. This
Yeah.
has been a long, lingering question that you've often contemplated. Are you still not taking him against the aliens?
I think I said I was last time.
I don't think you did. You weren't taking him.
Yeah, last year I wasn't.
I was nuts for taking him.
No, I'm taking him. That would be crazy. I'm not crazy.
All right, we've come a long way.
I'm only a little crazy, but he's definitely, he's him and Rahm, right? I'll still put Rahm first because I'm not a prisoner of the moment, but I'll go Rahm, Scotty. Want to go Rory third? Sure. And then I think after that, I mean, it's obviously a big gap, but then you'd have to go. For me, I'd go Cantlay and I don't know who else.
It's a massive gap.
Yeah, Cantlay and DJ. I don't know.
It's almost like it's almost a big gap between
2 and
Rory
3
and those two.
Yeah,
right now.
I don't know how you could ever bet Rory at the price of those two. They just know how to win more. And a good point that was made was like, I think it was Fleetwood who actually said this, who said the best golfers are the guys who play the best when they don't have their game.
That is Scotty and that is Rahm.
And it's not Rory. When he doesn't have his game, he sucks. And like people say at their best, who's the best? And a lot of people say Rory, but I was talking to Tom Jacobs about this a couple weeks ago. Like, is that really true? People say when Rory's at his best, he's like impossible to beat. He's the best. But is that really true? Like, I don't know. I think he was, and this is what Tom said too. He said, I think he had his best at St. Andrews.
Definitely had his best at St. Andrews. But you can maybe argue that he didn't have his best on Sunday.
But he was playing,
right?
He was the peak of it. He was peak Rory that week, pretty much.
He was.
And he got beat. Peak Scheffler's not getting beat. Peak Rahm's not getting beat. Even peak DJ, I don't think is getting beat.
Peak DJ is not getting beat. No, definitely not.
So
peak DJ is in that group. I don't know if he is anymore, but when he's on if he was still on the PGA Tour, peak DJ is there, right? He's with those three.
Well, Scotty right now reminds me of DJ 2019.
Yeah,
the way he's doing it. Like the Masters, when DJ won, wasn't very entertaining because you just knew he was going to win.
Right. Yeah, it sucks. Especially sucks to golf betting wise. I mean, we've had 9 events and 5 of them have been won by Rahm and Scotty.
Yeah, 5. So what is Scheffler? Scheffler's won
Phoenix and Players. Rahm's won TOC, Genesis.
API.
No, he didn't win API.
Oh yeah, and
What was the other one he won?
Farmers.
No, Homer won the Farmers. Amex.
Okay, Amex. Yeah, Rahm won some pretty shitty events, huh?
He won Genesis.
Besides Genesis, the other 2 aren't great. So 5
Well,
out of
that's Rahm at his. Rahm always wins the shit events. Mexico Open.
yeah.
Wins like the Spanish Open when he's like 2-1.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, and I'm
Who wins the biggest ones is Scotty. Scotty's the best player in the world. I don't care what anybody fucking says. It sucks.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
it
the
does
best.
suck.
He's
yeah.
always there too. He's always lurking. I think I texted you on Friday. I'm like, oh, Scotty's doing that thing where he's like just sitting there, like 3 shots back, and all of a sudden he's going to be the leader here in about an hour, and boom, there it was.
Yeah, we should have bet him at that point. Even if it was like 4-1, it was still better than what you're going to get, right?
Yeah. At least we did parlay him into a Rahm ticket for the Masters, right? That was a good move by us.
Yeah. Saturday night when we kind of thought it was definitely looking like a win. Parlay that -200 or whatever with Rahm Masters, so get him at like 23-1. A lot of people are saying Scotty's going to win the Masters. You think he's going to go back to back?
No.
It would be pretty amazing if he did. Masters, Players, Masters.
There's a lot going on for him that week.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot going on for him that week.
I pray to God it doesn't happen. I tell you that much.
It's the worst. It's the worst. It's way worse than Rahm. I don't particularly care for Rahm. You just know you have no hope.
Yeah, you have no hope.
I didn't watch a second on Sunday just because I had other shit going on. But I was just like, okay, I guess we had Tommy there sitting 4 back or whatever, 5 back in 4th. I was like, oh, I've seen this. I've been on Fleetwood a million times. I know what he's going to shoot today.
Yeah, second hole. I think I texted you. He bogeyed par 5. I was like, at least I know it's over after on the second hole, not any further than that. But this is I think it's the second time I've turned off an event. I watch every event on Sunday, and I think it's the second time that I turned one off on the back 9 on Sunday just because I didn't want to watch it anymore. I wanted to watch something. I didn't want to watch anything. I just turned on like some shitty college basketball game because it was just so boring. I turned it off, and the other one was the Masters when he won. Like I literally had to turn it off yesterday. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I watched the end of it just because I hadn't watched golf all day, and it was pretty boring. But guess what? He was in trouble on 18. Had 20 feet somehow for par and made the par putt.
Yeah. I didn't even see if he made it or not. And just like, that's the thing. I didn't turn it off because I was mad that my bets weren't going to win or I was pissed off. I turned it off because I was literally so bored.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
My daughter says to me Saturday night, she goes, if Rahm and Scheffler always win, why don't you guys just bet them every week? I'm like, probably should.
She'd be up more money than I am on the year, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, this is brutal.
I'm laughing through the pain. Laughing through the pain.
And you don't even have the homo win.
No.
My homo winnings are gone. See you later.
Yeah, I don't have any winnings to burn through. So,
couple other things from the players here though. Fucking Rahm, man, what the fuck?
He fucked us pretty brutally. At the time, I didn't think it was as bad, and I still thought we had I had Vic in the mix and we had these other guys. I was like, if Rahm doesn't play, maybe that's not a bad thing. But it really fucked me incredibly hard.
Yeah, on DraftKings, fantasy wise, I played a little bit of him. I was the only guy I played up top. We played X. I wouldn't consider him up top, but of the 3, Rahm was the only guy. If Rahm just plays, the cut stays at +1. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming he makes the cut, right?
Yep.
Unless he completely shits the bet. He was what, -1 Thursday? So he would have had to have been +3 over to miss the cut. So if Rahm just plays, does his normal thing. He can shoot -1. That cut stays at +1. The 6 of 6 is like 2%. Instead, it jumps up to 15%. You get JT in the mix. Fucking Hoagie was made it on the number. He ended up finished 4th.
Yeah, it cost us a top 5 on SA.
Yeah, and then another one. It cost us the T5 on our guy.
So that's bullshit. Yeah, Hoagie's run cost us the T5 on SA, which was like 35-1 or something.
Yeah. And then Ron played a factor into that. And then not finishing fucking rounds.
Yeah.
Dude, on fucking Fridays. Like, this is like a really big problem the PGA has.
It is, because not only is it annoying and pain in the ass, but also it creates a competitive advantage for the people who do that.
Big time competitive advantage. Like, Saturday was like the easiest day of the week, like by far.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys had it such an advantage by getting to finish their second round, playing 8-9 holes Saturday morning instead of continuing in that wind fucking Friday. It was such bullshit.
Yeah,
and then not to mention the Saturday setup was fucking garbage.
Oh my! That was infuriating to me. The Saturday setup was a fucking joke. Maybe the people making these decisions are dumbasses like Rory is, and say people want to see birdies. Nobody wants to fucking see birdies, especially the pin location 17 and 18. You get 2 of the most interesting holes on the course, 2 of the best holes, 2 of the most difficult holes possibly on the course, and you make them the easiest setup and give these guys bailed areas where they have to hit a 20-foot radius and the ball's going to filter down to the pin every single time. Like, nobody wants to watch that same shot on 18 when you put it on that right edge of the green and it filters down to the hole. And same thing for 17. Like, taking 2 great holes in golf and completely ruining them and making Saturday was a birdie fest. The event was good Thursday and Friday. Then Saturday and Sunday they lost it. It sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, the Saturday was just like,
it was a joke.
Terrible. I don't know what happened to Morikawa on Saturday. How did he shoot over par?
Because he sucks.
It's crazy. He led an approach though this week. 9.
You just can't putt, I guess, and something's up with him. I don't know what it is. I mean,
he's just hit or miss. Don't get it. Our plays. I mean, you had Vic. I had Cantlay. Cantlay lost 5 around the green. Everything else was spot on. Gained 4.5 on approach. Off the tee, he led the field, I think, off the tee.
He's been great off the tee all year.
He's been phenomenal off the tee. He just peppers fairways. But I mean, I guess it's the chipping like around the green shit. On Bermuda courses, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what his deal is.
We made a pact a long time ago to never bet him on Bermuda. Every time we do, it doesn't go well. Even if we say this might happen, it just doesn't work. So that's my rule in life. That's kind of what I was saying last week. Not saying it wasn't a good bet because I did like him too, but just something about it. Bermuda, you can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he played bad or anything. It's just obviously wasn't the winner. He finished 19th. Yeah, and then what did you think of Vic? He backdoored the top 5. I don't think you had the top 5, but
no, I didn't. But I mean, it doesn't bother me as much because no one was beating Scotty anyway. So if he comes and finishes in the top 5, it seems like a pretty good bet. He got it up to 8 under, and then obviously did Vic things and fucked it up and fell all the way back down to 4 under on Friday. Which when he was up 8 under, I thought he was going to really have a great week, but he does what he does and fucks up. I still think it doesn't change how I feel about him overall. I think it's going to be coming relatively soon. I think Open Championship is a good spot for him this year. But yeah, I mean, I was fine with the bet. I think it was a pretty good bet.
Yep. Then we had the day 50. He's just incapable of going low, I guess. I don't know.
Once it started,
terrible. He was never going to get to 17.
Once it turned to a birdie fest, then you're fucked with day.
Yeah. Kind of same thing with Ricky too. I thought Ricky did some things well.
Ricky played good, and overall, I mean, the card was great. We had 6 of the top 7. 6 of our 7 were in the top 20 going to the weekend. When Scotty goes nuclear like he did, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and I had Denny McCarthy 200-1 with a top 10. He finished 13th. Fucking cocksucker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the only bet we hit was Sue, top 20.
yep, that was good at least, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't pay much, but
Yeah, he played great too, and I think we're all over it this week for the most part. The problem is just when the top guys win, then we lose,
we
and they've
lose.
won a fuckload. They've won so much, so
Is it going to continue? Do we have to like this this type of week that we have this week is like our only chance here?
no, it can't be true.
Just can't continue?
Like Kitayama won API, right? That was elevated.
Yeah, but how the hell are we going to hit that?
No, you can't hit that either. They get that mid range is gone. It's like 10-1s or 200 who you're never gonna guess.
Who else hit?
Siwoo, Homa.
Chris Kirk, and Homa. They were both 25.
Yeah. And I think the strategy is fine. I just think these guys, especially right when the elevated events have just started, they're really motivated. They want that cash. They saw their buddies going to live and cashing in, and they want to get that cash too.
Yeah, but don't like the JTs, the Cantlays, the X's. Don't they want that cash too? Especially
I
like
think they,
Cantlay and X. Like they fucking had big deals
I
they could have
know,
signed.
I know. I'm sure they want the cash, but they're just not as good as the other guys when they're playing at their best. Uh, the best of the best are playing great. No, I think they'll come down to earth like always. But right now it's tough sledding.
Yeah. All right, before we go to Valspar, I guess. Okay, so the pool, we ended up doing well. Appreciate everybody signing up. What was the guy's name that won?
I forget. David Schwimmer.
Isn't that the Friends guy?
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's just the first thing came to my head. A Shimmer, maybe.
Okay, $1,000 up top. Then it got chopped a million ways, right?
Yeah, but I was glad there was one winner.
Yeah, that was great. Got 10 out of 12.
And
So congrats to him, and appreciate everybody signing up and helping us out. And thanks to DraftKings for letting us promote you. And hopefully we'll have some more things in the future with them.
why do we appreciate them? They should appreciate us. They got fucking free money and a free 25% boost for Valspar. They didn't do fucking shit.
Right.
So more people should have done it. I don't know why not. I love that 25%. I wish I had a million of them. I'd
Yeah,
use it on
right.
everything.
Exactly. Okay, and then speaking of DraftKings, they have match play odds already, and we took a couple bets, right?
Yep.
On Morikawa 35-1 and Hatton 40-1. I actually really love the Hatton one. I mean, he just seems like a guy that type of player that would win at Austin, right?
Yeah, 100%. He's just like, he's like basically the fucking European Kisner when Kisner's playing really well at a similar course. Billy, same type of guy, kind of grinder, good match play player, a lot of match play experience, shorter course.
Right.
Yeah, perfect.
And then we bet Morikawa 35-1 because that's just a stupid number. I mean, he led the field in approach this week. He actually got out of his group last year. He went 2-0-1 group play and then lost to Answer in the round of 16. I mean, he's 35-1. Sanjay M's 18-1, and Fitzpatrick's 16-1. Fitzpatrick's playing like dick. Morikawa, I mean, he's hit or miss. He still finished 12th last week, 13th.
Yeah.
It's not like he had a bad week. He just had a bad round.
Irons are coming around. The number is silly. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So we took that. There's a couple other interesting numbers on that. Rahm's 14. Don't really understand why that is. I'm not plunging there, but why is Rahm 14? Can you tell me that?
Maybe the diarrhea is going to be lingering.
Okay. And then I don't get it why Sanjay's 18. That's a weird one. And Shane Lowry's 22.
Yeah, really bizarre.
There's a couple others I like on there. I mean, interested in Tom Kim there. And
Victor.
Vic. Yep. No one really down the board odds wise were that good, but that middle range was pretty good.
Yeah, very good. Scotty's gonna be tough to beat there too,
Yeah. Yeah, tell me
first and
about it.
second as last two, right? So, yeah. But now we're kind of moving on to a shittier week. But the Masters right around the corner. A lot of great stuff coming. We also got Live this week,
Yep.
Arizona. If anybody cares, so we'll get into Valspar. Anything else left on the players?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. All right, we got okay, let me just see real quick. Somebody's editing my thing, so I can't read it. Okay, we got Innisbrook, Copperhead, par 71, 7,340 yards, Bermuda greens. Very difficult course. It hasn't played as difficult the last 2 years when Burns has won, but I think it's going to play difficult again this year. You got 16, 17, 18. That's the snake pit. Tough 3-hole stretch to finish. So it really makes it a really interesting Sunday kind of towards the end is really good. 156 guys in the field. It's looking like we're going to have some wind this week. We were talking about that a little bit before. And I from also what I read, they're growing the rough up another 3/4 of an inch. It was 3 inches last year. This year it's going to be 3 3/4 inches. They're moving the rough a little bit closer to the greens as well, so there'll be more penal if you a little bit off with your approach. So I think precision is definitely what you're looking for this week.
Yeah, wind factor. Pretty constant wind on Friday. All day you got 18 plus constant wind speed with gusts up to 30, and then on Saturday you're looking at pretty similar, not as bad as Friday, but pretty similar. So I don't know, maybe they'll get fucked here, right? Not finishing around Thursday, going to Friday, then going to Saturday morning.
Yeah, hopefully they finish, but I don't know. Well, clocks went back.
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. Yeah, that changes things. Never mind that.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's the win there. Definitely gonna be a factor. Sunday it even looks like it's gonna be bad too. But Friday and Saturday look like doozies.
that's great.
Yeah, I love it. About time. I mean, couldn't stand the Burns Riley last year. What
That
were
was
they?
awful.
15 or
17,
something? Yeah.
17. Yeah, I'll give you the winning scores here real quick. You had before last 2 years, it was always like between 8 and 12. You had, I'll start in reverse. Okay, you had in 2015, you had Spieth at 10, Schwartzel at 7, Hadwin at 14, Casey at 10, Casey at 8. Then you get Burns twice at 17 both times. 2021, we were on Keegan that year where he was neck and neck with Burns all throughout most of the day on Sunday until a bad shot on that par 3. I think it was the 13th.
Yeah, hit in the water.
Yeah. So I don't know why it played so easy. There's just no wind really, I don't think.
Yeah, and maybe they didn't have the rough as high.
I think that's why they grew it up. Like they want to be known as the tougher course.
Was it soft too? I think it might have been soft.
Yeah, I think it was rainy that week.
Yeah, remember the first Casey one? That was when Tiger came back.
Yep. That was the one when Reed had that putt that fell back down the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Tiger was playing with like Snedeker. I think that was like Snedeker's last moment.
Yeah, Snedeker, Tiger, Reed, Casey.
Yep. Then Casey, the second one. Yeah, Casey stormed back. He was like 8-9 groups ahead of the leaders.
Yep.
And then the following year he beat Kokrak. There's some live guys for you.
Yeah, and like I like Europeans here, our international players. Like, so looking at it, that means the last however many looking at the last 7 winners that I just listed off. Okay, Spieth, Burns twice as American, then you had Schwartzel, South African, then Hadwin, Casey. So 4 of the last 7 have been non-US players.
Yeah. Burns. Fucking Burns. All right, where are we going? Top of the board.
All right,
Anything
deep
else on the
DraftKings, I
course?
guess. No, it's going to be a great course. I think the Snake Pit. I mean, I was really pissed last year. I was talking a whole bunch of shit about the Snake Pit. Last 2 years, actually. So I'd really like for the snake pit to actually show its teeth, no pun intended.
I know you hate the bear trap now. You're just a
Because they're all
miserable
fucking,
fuck now.
they all suck. They all suck. They're not even difficult.
Need wind. We got wind this week, baby.
Yep.
All right. DK odds. I guess we'll use them since they helped us out. JT 11. Got a little better. It was 9 earlier. Jordan Spieth 12. Sam Burns 16. And Fitzpatrick 18. Seen Burns up to 18, which I think is a crazy number for a two-time defending champ.
It is, but he sucks.
Not saying I have interest in it, but I just think it's a wild number.
All right. So how many guys list there? 4?
4.
So among those guys, let's look at ball striking here. Okay. I think the best
It's got to be
striker
Spieth.
among the 4 is Spieth. He ranks 18th in his last 24 rounds in the field. None of these 4 guys are playing well.
Didn't JT hit it well last week?
I don't know. I mean, Spieth's playing okay, but I mean, like,
Spieth's playing good.
But he's not striking the ball like he was when he was in his little hot run last year.
He's in the mix. I kind of like his chances for Augusta. 3.7 approach for JT last week.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so does Jason.
Does he?
Yeah, Spieth.
Did he say that? Did he put that out?
I sent it to you
I thought that was this week.
this week. Spieth.
Oh, I was talking about the Masters.
Oh, you like his chances for the Masters? I meant
Yeah.
this week. Oh,
No,
yeah,
the
sure.
Masters. I like
Yeah,
his chances this week too, but the Masters, I think he's one of the few guys that can beat the top players. Don't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's always going to be a threat there, right?
Yep.
But this week, how do you feel about him?
I think he's the guy out of the 4 to beat. Not saying I'm scared of any of them. Definitely not. I don't. Okay, what's going on with JT?
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he just needs to let out a homophobic slur. Just
Seriously.
cooped up, burning a hole in his tummy.
Something's going on behind the scenes, I think. Something's up.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, tough to speculate on that, but something's wrong with him for sure. He said he's playing this because he loves this course.
Yeah, he's not playing match play next week.
He's played pretty well here.
Yeah, he's got 3rd last year, 13th, 2021, 18th, 10th, 15, and 16.
Yeah, it's like a guaranteed top 20, but he has to win, and I don't think has it right now to win. Can he win? Yeah, obviously, but I just don't think he's clicking on all cylinders. I also think probably he played this instead. I don't think he likes Austin.
Yep.
And I don't like it either. I know everyone else loves it, and that's blasphemy to say you don't like it, but it just isn't a great course for him.
Okay. Then Fitz. He fits everything that you want in a golfer at this place.
Mm-hmm.
He's just something's going on with him too.
Well, that one at least we know what it is, right? He has the neck issue.
Yep.
The same thing Decky's been going through, or what? These guys are such fucking pussies. Like this. How do you even get injured? Like, what are you doing? I mean, all you do is play golf all day. I've never gotten injured playing golf. Have you?
No. I can see like a wrist injury if you hit a root or something.
Yeah, but yeah, he's playing shitty. He is definitely the guy who I think makes the most sense here. He's right in the mold of Paul Casey types of guys. Charles, but yeah, he's hurt. I still think he'd play well this week though.
Yeah. And then
You
Burns.
take some time off.
Yeah, Burns. I'm just not going back to. He's just not going to win 3 times. I just believe that.
I believe that too. Have we seen anyone win something 3 times in a row besides Tiger?
Not sure. Didn't Stricker win something 3 times in a row?
To John Deere or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so I can't see that happening. But I agree it is a pretty good number, but I don't know. Like this is one of the situations where I do think there's value on the board only because, like I just said, none of the top 4 guys are like every time we bet these things. So I'm really familiar with it because I'm writing these previews every single week. There's always one of the top guys in these categories. Like they're nowhere to be found anywhere near the top.
Yeah.
In all these important categories I'm looking at, I just don't see any guys who scare me. Like last week, Scheffler was second in the model.
Right. And
And
Rory's history there, and then Rahm's just on fire.
it's like, yeah. So can any of them win? Yeah, but I don't fear any of them. And I have no problem thinking. I don't think they're going to be there. I think it's going to be a really variable week. It's going to be difficult scoring. People are going to eject. Good players are going to miss the cut. I think you're going to get a real hodgepodge of a leaderboard on Sunday.
Okay. We'll go to the next range. It jumps up to 25. You got Fleetwood, Keegan, Rose, all at 25. Hadwin, 28. Those 4 are the only 4 below 30.
So that's where it gets interesting. I think 4 international guys that could win.
Well, Keegan's American.
Oh yeah, I said he was on Live last time. Last time I said he's a Live player. He's one of the 4 went to Live, and now I'm saying he's a non-American. I think I just gloss over his name. I thought might get a discount on him this week because of what he did last week.
Oh, he fucked everybody hard, huh? $7,500 free chip. Yeah, he fucking shoots like 8 over on Friday.
Yeah, free chip my ass. I don't know. I would never bet Keegan at fucking 20 something to 1, and no matter where it is or who's in the field.
Yeah.
Would
you bet him at 40?
Yeah.
This week?
Yeah, I think so. Would you?
Yeah, I'd bet him at 40. I'm not going to bet Keegan at 25. I saw him next week. He's 70.
Can you lay out a scenario that you would bet Keegan at 25? Like, what's the scenario where he'd be 25? That you would bet it?
I don't know, man. I bet Matt McNeely at 22 to 1 earlier this year.
Yeah, that's true. But like he has like special
there's
courses, right?
There's always a scenario, yeah.
But I don't even know if Keegan has those courses, right? Yeah. So no for me on Keegan, but the other guys, who would you say?
Rose,
yeah.
had one.
You like Rose, right?
I liked Rose last week. I thought we should have bet him. He finished 6th. No, sorry. Where did he finish?
He went in the water on 18.
Yeah, no, he finished 6th.
Wow.
Gained 4.3. I just think I'm not going to bet him this week, but I think he's playing good golf. I prefer him in big tournaments. I know he won Pebble, but like last week I was all over him on DK, just because he's I think he's going to play really well at Augusta this year.
I do too.
I'm not saying he's going to win, but I think he's he just like, even when he was playing shitty, he would just like randomly like be first round leader at the Masters.
Yeah, he can bring it.
Like knew he was gonna like eject at some point because his game's not like great at the moment, but like he can score and string together rounds, kind of like Scott, like a better version of Scott.
Yeah, they're the same. Just right now, Rose is in better form.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, 25 to 1. He likes this place. He was in the mix that year with Tiger. Probably should have won that year if it wasn't for Casey.
I imagine we were probably on him.
I don't think we were. Because if we were, I was rooting for Tiger the entire time, so I'm not sure. I don't think I was on Rose. But he's got 2 top 10s here, and 2 missed cuts, so mixed bag. But like I said, the finishes when he gets in the mix, he finishes well. So 25 to 1, don't hate it. I'm not betting it, but can see a case for it.
Is he a lock for the Ryder Cup?
One more win, he is. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, one more win, but I mean, wins once every fucking 5 years. One more win.
If he keeps playing like this, he's got 1 win. How do you do at API? Not good.
Not good.
6th at the Players. I mean,
I think the answer is yes, but
he stays healthy. Yeah.
I think the win was all he needed, to be honest with you.
18th at the Farmers. Yeah. I mean, it drops off after that first 7, so So the only thing is his partner's gone, so I don't know what you're gonna partner him up with.
His sexual partner?
Yeah, Henrik.
Oh yes, yeah, that's right. Um,
And then there's Hadwin. I understand why people love Hadwin. Played well last week. It's just not a good number, man.
no, fuck no, no.
What?
I have no interest. I can't even imagine betting Hadwin at 28-1 for one. And like he did win this a long time ago. Maybe people are going down the repeat winner thing.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think Hadwin's a good, like a decent golfer, and this number just reeks.
Yeah, it does. Fuck that. No, thanks.
So with all that being said, it led us to a familiar friend.
Oh god, I'm scared of people gonna yell at me. It's like one of those things, man. I know, but Fleetwood, right?
Yep, you can go.
I used my boost on him, my
Did you?
25% boost. Yeah, so I got 32-1, which was pretty good. And I'm happy with that, considering the people around him in the field. Like, yeah, 33 is or 38 or 28 or 32, whatever. It's not a great number for him, but look at the guys around him. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll bet him over Hadwin every day of the week. I know I'll bet him over Keegan any day of the week. I don't care. Like he has a talent. He's won plenty enough worldwide. I know he doesn't win, even worldwide, he doesn't win as much as he should. But this is a good breakthrough spot for him. I said to you the other day, I said, isn't Fleetwood the same as Casey? Like, guy who can never get it done, has the talent, plays well in bigger events, but just hasn't really won anything. I know Casey did win the 09 Shell or whatever. But similar type of player. English guy. And I think it's a great course for him. He played here once and finished in what, 16th?
Yep.
So that was
last year.
Last year. And then last week he finishes yeah, I know it wasn't great on Sunday, but he did grind back and make 3 birdies to finish his front 9.
Went in the water on 17 too.
He did. And yeah, if he gets in the mix, do I feel good about it? No, of course not. But like last week, when we bet Fleetwood at 80-1 and we knew he was 4 back heading into Sunday in the second to last group, would you sign up for that?
Yeah. I would have preferred he was 4 back without a low round going into Sunday, so he could maybe shoot the low round Sunday. But yeah, I would have signed up for that every day of the week.
Yes, and I would have too. So it is what it is. He was 80-1, and now I like. Do I feel great with him in that spot? No, but now there's no Scotty to beat. Like I just said, I don't think the big guys are going to be there. He has won. It's not like he's never won anything before. He's won big events before. He's beaten great players before. Yeah, it's been on the European Tour, and there's more of a European Tour type of setup and track and winning score and all those things that I think will play to his advantage. And here's a little stat for you. Gained 5 strokes on approach last week, and that included some water balls and terrible holes. So he really was hitting his irons really well. He was 9th in the field in approach. Right, most of these guys aren't here this week. That was his best approach performance since the 2018 Honda Classic.
Wow, I was on him that week.
Yeah,
I'm
sure I was. So 5 years. That's his best iron performance in 5 years. He, in his start here last year, he did gain 3.2 strokes on the greens putting, which he hasn't been doing as much lately. But I think he likes the greens maybe a little slower this week. Will be okay for him.
He misses so many shorties, man. It drives me fucking nuts. Wow, Patrick Peterson to the Steelers. What's up with that?
Who gives a fuck? He sucks.
I know. Why did we sign him?
I don't know. Probably cheap.
Wow. He misses so many shorties. That Friday round too. Did you see his card? Holy hell!
Oh yeah, I was sweating the cut. We was -2, and he started off eagled. I think he eagled 2, and then he went
chipped in.
Yeah, so then he bogeyed, double bogey. So he's 6 over in his next 4. So then all of a sudden he was +4. So what the fuck? I thought he was going to be in the mix. He's +4 now, and then he grinds it back and make birdies. And I think a lot of times you'll see people say that when guys are really close, you'll see those type of rounds where they're making a lot of birdies and a lot of bogeys.
He was definitely that. He was probably the best golfer for that 27-hole stretch. That second 9 on Friday, and then the 18 on Saturday. He played phenomenal.
I think he was tied for 4th on the week in birdies.
I'm sure.
So he played
I like
great.
the weather for him this week too.
Yeah, 8 under, 9 under, a little bit windy. Yeah, he's gonna miss some shorties. He's gonna make some bogeys, but he's gonna still he's the type of guy who can also birdie tough holes too.
Yeah, he'll shoot a 73 maybe once or twice, but as long as we get that 64 in there or 65 in there at some point this
Yeah,
week, we got a chance.
I like him. I think this is perfect course for him. I really do. Perfect setup. I don't care, whatever. He's a loser, sure. Say what you want to say, but I feel happy with the bet. He's my favorite bet of the week, I think. One of them.
Prior to this, gained 2.3 at the Players and then finished 16th at Valspar. He actually had a lot better year on the PGA than I realized.
He's playing pretty well. I wrote that last week that like people think he's not playing well, but he actually is playing all right.
He was 5th at the PGA, 4th at the Open. Pretty good for majors. 14th at the Masters. That's 3 quality performances in the majors last year.
And even right now, he's playing all right.
Yeah. No, I like it. There's nobody else here to bet, so of those guys, we'll take a chance on Tommy.
I think he's getting to a rhythm too. I think he's a rhythm guy.
Yeah, he's got great lettuce too. Those locks just flowing in the wind this weekend.
They're a little short right now, but hopefully maybe the week does it some good.
All right, good. All right, 30 plus. We got my guy Denny, who was 200 last week. 30. Do you have any interest in Denny?
No.
Okay. Windy Clark, 35. Justin Suh, 35. Davis Riley, 35. Brian Harmon, 35.
Windy Clark can suck my ass.
Yeah, he can.
Why the fuck is everyone love him at 35? I get like
He's striking it well.
I mentioned his name to you earlier. When I said that at the time, I looked at the odds. I thought he was going to be 85 to 1.
No, he's been like 60 all year.
I don't know. I just don't pay attention to his odds, I guess.
Have we ever bet Windy Clark?
No, never.
Yeah,
yeah no, he ranked really highly in my model and all that. I think he was, I'll just give it to you. He was Windy Clark. He's 4th in my model.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of things well. Any success here? 37, 60th miscut. I don't know. I'm not betting Wyndham Clark. Not a chance in hell.
You guys are fucking crazy. You're right. Fade of the week. So I just want to tell that real quick, actually. So in Action Network, we have to write up favorite picks or whatever and fades. So every week. So lately, my fades have been really good. I've been fading just the people who piss me off the most. And I said to Blake the other day, I was like, I think my fades are really great. I did like whatever, and I was like, now that I'm looking back through all of them because I wanted to like try to track them. I was like, it seemed like I just fade all the guys that I hate and that are pissing me off for that week, and it ends up being completely true. It was like Zalatoris the week he was really popular. Where was that? At Riviera or Torrey Pines? Arnold Palmer. He like should have missed the cut. He ended up barely making it. And then last week it was Tom Kim. Should have missed the cut, ended up barely making it. This week it's going to be Wyndham Clark, I think. And you said today it was going to be Wyndham Clark.
Oh yeah, definitely going to be Wyndham Clark. Call that one a mile away. I think he did fade Max Homa when he won. Either at the Genesis where he finished second or at the when he won.
No, it wasn't when he won. It was when he finished second. Oh, how about I got to mention this too. How about the fucking broadcast yesterday? You weren't listening. You weren't listening. Oh my God, they were so ready to just blow Max Homa. Like they were just looking for the first opportunity. Like let this guy pull his pants down and let's just go to work. He got to -10, but he was through like 15 or 16 holes. Okay, and Scheffler was like at 13, and he still had. And that's the thing I never really got hope.
Where was Hatton at the moment?
It was before he went on his run.
Okay.
Actually, they were tied. They were both 10 under. But the thing was, Scheffler hadn't played 9 through 12, which are the really easy stretch. Mm-hmm. He's already 3 shots up. So Homa makes a birdie, and he birdies like a par 5 to get to 10 under, and they go, this guy, when he gets a sniff of the lead, he doesn't give it up. He's a shark. So they act like he's prime Tiger Woods. Like once he gets around the lead, he's not going anywhere. He's gonna win. Next thing, he fucking hits it in the water, like does all this dumb shit. Like he's not the guy you think he is, guys. Seriously, I'm telling you, he's not the guy you think. He's a good player, yeah, sure. He's not the big game hunter you think he is. All his wins have been in California. One was at And one of them was in Quail, and the other one was the Wells Fargo. So he thought it was at Quail. But other than that, he hasn't. I mean, sure, you guys want to bet him at majors, go for it. Like, but he's not going to win a major this year. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it.
No, I guarantee that too. Guarantee. I know people love him at the U.S. Open. He ain't winning that.
Nope. I can't
All you
wait.
guys with your tickets are going to be sad.
Yeah, guaranteed. It's happening. Guarantee.
One other thing for the broadcast, Saturday. Nothing like a mic'd up Ben Griffin.
Oh my God, that's what you get. Players Championship. That's what you get.
Players Championship, biggest event of the tour season, non-major, biggest event. They love all these mic'd up, and we get fucking Blake Griffin on the mic. 3 over for the day. Everybody's shooting 64, and we get fucking Ben Griffin
walking up the fairway. I'm not playing that well today. Who the fuck wants to see this? I want to know the person. If you enjoyed that, please reach out to me.
I was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
You got every player, every big player in the field.
We're not even, Tommy's about to shoot a 64. And we're not even seeing anything. Hoagie's fucking setting course records. We don't see shit. And we get to fucking talk to fucking Blake Griffin.
I didn't know Hoagie was setting the course record until he showed like his very last putt. And then he's showing Griffin walking up the and like, oh, what are you gonna do in the shot? He's like, yeah, I'm in the woods, so I'm gonna have to lay up.
And he spikes it. He fucking bombs the fucking 3-wood. And he's like, yeah, I've seen this putt before. I've seen this putt on PGA Live this morning, so it should be relatively easy. 3 jacks. He fucking hits it like 15 feet by.
That's how you keep an audience. That's what the people want to see. Ben Griffin. Most people who are watching this thing, the people they're trying to cater to, no one fucking knows who Ben Griffin even is.
Yeah.
The only guys who know who Ben Griffin is us, and we don't want to see him.
Exactly. Jesus Christ.
That was a good hiatus. So yeah, bet Tommy Fleetwood, and then don't bet Wyndham Clark. There you go.
Yeah, but we did bet somebody from this range. We got him at 40. I actually boosted him on DraftKings. Justin Suh. I know he's gonna be super popular. I don't give a fuck. He's fucking hot right now, and he loves Florida golf, which is kind of weird because he's
the USC
definitely
guy,
a California lib. But hey, I'm not gonna quit now on Suh. This guy's the best. I fucking love Suh.
He's the man. After day one, I texted you. I said I thought we were gonna have an Asian American lib off, and we had Suh Morikawa. But yeah, there's nothing not to like about him. I mean, he's popular for a reason, and not to mention, like, he's not one of these like scrubs who gets hot for a stretch. He has the pedigree of being a top tier player. Like we talk about all the time, but he was highly regarded. He still is highly regarded. He's still young. He's still only 23. So like, he's going to be a player. He's going to be a player. And I think it's just really starting now. I don't think it's even just a Florida swing. I think he's just kind of developing into that guy that a lot of people thought he was going to be. But even this course, otherwise, besides just the hot stretches, is a really good fit for him too, because he drills fairways. And you know, a lot of the shorter hitting guys have done well here. You know, take Burns out of it, but all these guys who are kind of shorter off the tee but hit fairways. KCF. Even Charles just drills fairways. In his past 50 rounds, he's third in good drives gained. So like big sample size. 8th in greens and reg. He's a fairways and greens guy, and then he can get a hot putter. He's a good putter. I know some people think he's not a good around the green because all they know about for him is Fantasy National, but he's a very good around the green player.
That's what he was in college.
Yeah, what do you think? He's the guy's number one amateur in the world. He's hits it short. Isn't that great of an iron player? But he sucks around the greens. Well, then how the fuck is he that good of a player then?
He was good around the greens at the Players.
He was excellent. I mean, I was watching him on Friday afternoon. I don't think you were watching, but I saw him make some 2 up and downs in a row on the back 9 on Friday that were just fucking spectacular. Like way beneath the hole, nice flop shot to a couple feet, drill the par. He's a very good short game. So those familiar with his game would know that. But yeah, I think it's go time for him. Weak field, he's hot. Played great last week. I mean, played incredibly. So this field, I think,
fifth at the Honda, 24th at API. There's nothing not to like about him. Last week, his number was way wrong when we bet him at 210. Like he should have been 100. He should have been 100.
Yeah, we should have
loaded maybe like 130. But anyways, I boosted him. If you get that DraftKings, I did the 25. I boosted him up to 50. Fucking love it.
Yeah. Um,
Is there
so
anything else to say on this guy?
no, he's a great bet. I can see him winning. I think he's a very good chance.
All right, cool. Davis Riley, count off the playoff loss last year. Nothing. Brian Harmon, nothing. Brian Harmon stinks right now. Holy hell.
No interest. Harmon was good there last year, but no. And then Riley, no, I don't bet Riley. I don't fuck with people who bet Riley.
Okay, 40 plus. You got Mav, McNeely, 40, Woodland, 40, KH Lee, 50, and our guy, Blake Griffin, 50.
Call me a sucker, but I'm going to Woodland here.
All right, you talked me into him, so let's hear it.
Okay, so ball striking just been fucking superb. Like there's no way around it. He's hitting the ball great. Yeah, the finishes really haven't been there. He did have a good finish a couple weeks ago. Where was he? Honda or API? Honda.
Genesis, 9th.
Okay, so he has had a little bit of a finish, but it's mostly just the ball striking. He's been putting absolutely horrifically. We know that, but like, we talked about it today. Not just bad, like really fucking bad.
Yeah, really bad on all surfaces.
Yeah, just absolutely sucks at putting. I knew he switched putters last week. He was fucking around with something else, but might be trying time for another one.
He lost 7.
Yeah, but he was great. He gained 7.4 ball striking last week, and he gained
He's been great, TD Green, all season. To be honest with you,
he gained 6.7 good drives gained last week, which I think is going to be really important this week.
And he's won here. It's
Yeah,
like an 08, but he's won.
And he's competed at all these courses in Florida. He's a great Florida player. Won a U.S. Open right in a windy air conditions. I know it wasn't crazy hard that week, but plays difficult conditions well. Good at clubbing down. Can hit the fairway when he clubs down, which I think is a good spot for him to do that here. First,
there could be a pebble thing with this course.
Could be.
You get same guys play well. Casey, Rose, Spieth.
Yeah.
Hadwin, wasn't he in the mix at Pebble?
I think he was. Yeah. He was top 5, I think. But Woodland also, what was I going to say with him? First in the field in ball striking by like a fairly significant margin in this past 24 rounds. So what do you can't bet on the putter, you bet on the ball striking, hope he turns it around. And we've seen times in the past where guys have just been putting so horribly, and then all of a sudden they just win. And people say, oh, how can you bet him? He hasn't been putting well. Like Morikawa will do it. I know Woodland's not him, but the way he's striking the ball is great. Henley, when he won Mayakoba, he had putt horribly. He lost strokes putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 consecutive events, including 5 the week before.
Wow.
And and so that thing can switch quick with the putter. And especially an event we don't you might be able to win at that 8 or 9 under. Like, just don't miss little fucking 4-footers. That's all we're asking you to do. Putt even, gain 1 stroke. Like, it's not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, if he just doesn't lose 5 or 6, I mean, I think he'll be there.
Yeah,
he's hitting it. Yeah, I'm in. Plus, there's just nobody around here that I'm going to bet. I'm not betting Ben Griffin. I'm not betting Cage Lee. I'm not betting Matt McNeely, Harmon, Riley. So, yeah. And I don't really want to do the needle in a haystack thing with all these bombs. So, might as well get somebody who I think, if he gets in the mix, can win. And I think his ball striking can get him in the mix.
Yep. I completely agree with all that. So, yeah, I think it's a good bet.
All right, 55. You got Brandon Wu, 60, Vic Perez. How come he's here?
Should we just skip and go to everybody?
Sure, but how come Vic Perez is here?
I don't know. Maybe just, I don't know. No idea.
Okay. Who do you like?
No one in this range really. Wu is the one person I did want to talk about. Like, he's going to be really popular this week, and I'm one of the bigger Brandon Wu guys out there. But like you, I thought he was Coastal or Paspalum or Bermuda, something like that. Like, I didn't think of Valspar completely as his type of thing. He is playing well, but the stats were really all putting last week.
Yeah, and last week is somewhat coastal. It's on Ponte Verde Beach, Jacksonville, near the coast. More coastal than this, I guess.
Yeah, so I like it, but I don't know. I'm not going to probably take the plunge on him. I will be really pretty upset if he wins, but I don't think he's going to. No one else here in this range for me. After this, it's just a couple of bombs, and that's it.
Not Benny Ann. Can't get you to Benny Ann.
No, I think he has a wrist injury.
He played well last week, didn't he?
I don't know how well.
Make that up. Maybe I made that up.
I just
No
don't think
Vegas. Johnny Vegas.
I think he's going through some shit too. Yeah, he's hurt, but I also think he said he was in the API field. And he took it off because he said he needed something mental going on.
All his friends are on live.
Yeah, but I mean, how are you going to take that week off when you're getting, you can make a massive payday at a course that, suits you pretty well. So I think there's something going on with him physically and mentally. I just don't think he's capable of winning a golf tournament right now. But I do like, in theory, I would have liked him.
Okay. Who else you got? Who you betting?
Okay, Batia.
Yeah, we said we were betting him 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, he's 100-1. We thought he was going to be 50.
Yeah, it's great.
So happy with that. I mean, he's playing really well. I don't know. I wish we had stats for Puerto Rico, but you got to imagine we watched Sunday and he was putting everything close.
Yeah.
But I worry that he's more of a coastal guy too, like the past Palom and coastal. He won Bahamas twice and then Puerto Rico, but
yeah, do I really think he's gonna win? No. Could he? Yeah, talent wise, he could. Yeah, we'll just go to him at the number. Fuck it. There's nobody else here I want to bet. Look at him. Who? Nate Lashley? No. There's nobody. Who the fuck is here? There's nobody here.
No, there's nobody here. But he said he likes. He's excited for Valspar. So his first ever tour event was here.
How'd he do?
I probably should know the answer to that, but I didn't even check. I don't think he did very well, but let me see.
Missed the cut.
But yeah, I mean, I just think he's confident right now. It seems like I think he's fucking quite a bit.
Yeah, he is.
So that's helping him out. And then just the way he's been playing. I mean, everyone knew to bet. It's like one of those things. Like he was the bet of the week at Puerto Rico. Every single person and their mother bet him, and usually that doesn't end well. He still comes in second, almost finds a way to get it done because I think he's in a groove. Gained 5.8 on approach at Honda. I would imagine it was something similar at Puerto Rico too. So, fuck yeah, talent wise, bet on this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the Honda mix too. He was in the mix.
He finished 49th, but he gained almost.
Yeah, remember he was in the mix going into the weekend. Yeah. He started taking his shirt off and shit.
Yes, yeah, that's right. But it just seems like he's kind of finding his groove. I mean, he's finding his groove. He's young. He's had a really tough stretch, and now he's kind of getting it together and starting to play really well. And I just think it's his time. I mean, the other two guys who got that special temporary exemption that he got was Tom Kim and Zalatoris. Like it's no accident, and I think he's kind of gonna blossom into a star a little bit.
Yeah, I'm real happy about that. One of the first guys I texted you about this morning, because you're the AM guy, was Ludwig, and I was happy to bet 100-1 on him. What are your thoughts?
I love Ludwig Aberg. I've been following him for a long time because I'm big into Swedes and big into these Euro players too. So when I first looked at the rankings, I don't know, 4 years ago, when I saw him there 3 years ago, and I was like, dude, I fucking love this guy. I love his name. I was a big Stenson fan, so the fact that he was also a Swede, he's a big, tall glass of water. I like that. He just looks like a guy named Ludwig. So, that's most of the reason, but he's still top ranked amateur. He's playing really well at Texas Tech right now. I know he's won a couple events recently there. He was the player of the month in October for the Big 10? Big 12. So yeah, I mean, and he played really well at API. I mean, 24th in that field as an amateur, and that was a loaded field. If he plays an event, field like this, and he brings it, I think he could challenge up there, and he fits in line with the type of guys you've seen play well here. He is going to be like, I think he's a Stenson type of player. Paul Casey, right? The guys that played well here. He's kind of an international guy. And I think, can he win? I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, take a shot on him. Do we really think he's going to win? Probably not. But I don't know. API, he was in the top 10 for a while. And his putter went cold on Sunday, but He still gained almost a shot on approach on Sunday. Talent, he's right there.
Yeah,
This course could definitely eat him up, no doubt about it. But I don't know. You could have said the same thing about API, and he was in the top 10 for a good portion of that tournament.
100% true. I was looking at the AWGR today. See, because I know he lost his first for a while to that Japanese fella, but he's back at number 1 and number 3. Thor Bjornsson's all the way up to number 3 in the world. I wish he was playing this week. So yeah, really interesting stuff there. I like following that. And when these guys get on the scene, you feel more familiar with them, and I'd love to see him play well. Like, I know it feels like half the best this week are guys that I just want to win.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
Yeah.
My next guy is Molinex, 100-1. 8th at the API, had a bad week at the Players, like a real bad week, but API 8th. And I don't know, he's an SEC guy. Went to Bama with JT. I can just picture him playing well this week. Good driver of the golf ball. I thought 100-1 compared to some of these guys was pretty good. He makes most cuts every week, besides last week, obviously. But last year, what did he do last year? No, he has an 8th here. Not last year, but has finished 8th at this tournament. So, and plays it every year. So has some familiarity with this place.
Okay.
Yeah. 8th when it was windy too.
I tailed you on that and took him. Yeah, all the reasons you said make some sense to me. Also, you look at the skill set. I mean, he's kind of like a Burns type skill set, right? Good driver of the ball who can get hot with the putter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think just talent wise, I think he's better than a lot of the guys in this range, considering the group that you get from 60 to 80 this week, and he's 110. I think it's a good value. He's a guy who he got in the mix at a couple bigger events last year, playoff events.
Yep, he was fucking wicked hot at the end of last year. It was like him and Scott. They both got into the Tour Championship.
Yeah, so a guy got in the Tour Championship at 110 who's playing well, has some good course histories.
Won the Barbasol, won an event last year.
Yeah, I think it's a good bet. So it's a cheap 6-pack, huh?
Yeah, cheap 6-pack. I mean, leaves you open for some live bets or some live bets on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not just I don't want to just like force bets here. So I mean, I got 3 guys who I really think can win, and Tommy, and Woodland, and then 3 guys that we're just taking chances on at numbers we think that are pretty decent. So,
and 2 guys I think that have potential to be top 10 players in the world, whether it's soon or in 3 or 4 years from now. But I think for 4 or 5 years. But there's talent plays. When I take long shots, I don't love taking the fucking Ben Griffins of the world, even though he's not a long shot this week. I like taking the guys who are going to be stars one day and just see if maybe they can blossom early or fucking just spike one.
Yeah. You don't like the Ryan Gerards?
No, I don't. Some people do, though. Some get real all horned up. I don't get horned up about that shit at all.
Me neither.
But so many people do. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nobody else I really have any interest in.
No. I mean, do we want to talk live or over an hour? Or do you want to go live Wednesday or what?
Could talk live quick, I guess.
Okay.
You have odds somewhere?
I have just odds that we have, but I know them mostly.
Okay, what do you got?
So we're in Arizona. What's the place called?
The Gallery Club in Tucson.
Yep. So it hosted a couple match plays back in the day. You told me this about how Stenson won one and then he lost one to Tiger. He's 11-1 all time in match play there. So they hosted match play. Him and Tiger just ran through it. One year he won it. One year he lost to Tiger. So that tells me like you got to hit fairways, right? Yep. Ball strikers.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Tiger
like
was
said,
the best. Stenson was top 5 in the world then. But yeah, that's what they do best, both of them.
Yeah, right. But I mean, to me, just looking for numbers, looking for value. Course is pretty flat layout from what I saw. 7,400 yard, par 71. So not short, not long. But I just saw numbers. I mean, Brooks, I saw 35-1. I thought was pretty intriguing, just because I think he was starting to play well. He had a really bad Thursday last week, but he kind of rallied a bit. Not last week, last start.
And I mean, you get the Arizona thing, right? With Phoenix.
Yeah, he won twice in Phoenix. So getting ready for major season. I think he's time for him to start gearing up. If he has another gear in him to get to playing well, it got to be now.
Right. Yeah, it's just like a number play, I guess. Tough to bet this stuff right now. It just Liv's not really full going yet, you know.
Yeah,
They're just getting started.
Then we both looked at Bryson at 55-1, which the numbers. I know he kind of sucks right now, but the number is just crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, you told me it was a flat course. I like that a lot better. Plus, his stats weren't terrible.
No.
What did he finish, like 25th?
Yeah.
He was good on Sunday. I think he was like 4 or 5 under on Sunday. There's not many people were under par that day. Besides 3 sticks. Yeah, those are the only 2 bets I've made so far on the event.
Same,
I don't see myself going much more. Probably live bet that thing.
Yeah, I agree. And then with Bryson, it's like he's eventually going to turn around. I truly believe that. And you got to buy low a couple times in here. I think now is the time to start maybe buying low a little bit. And because the thing is, if he is okay and if he starts playing well, he wins the event.
Yep.
So
is there anybody? DJ was finally they're giving you a number on 11.
I know it's not bad.
It's the best number he's been in these things.
Yeah.
He's usually like 7 to 9.
Yeah.
What else do we have for numbers? I mean, you get the 8 Arizona State guys. You got Phil 160, Peters 28, Ortiz 22. That's shit. Cam's 8, Neiman's 11, Pat Reed 20.
Nah. I mean, speaking of amateurs, you got Puig, who was really a highly ranked amateur, went to ASU, 300-1. 300. I know he's never done shit on this tour yet, but
Viner 40.
No. I'm not even want to talk about anybody else right now, to be honest with you. I need more time to process.
Yeah, definitely. But we bet those 2.
Yeah, so those 2 were just numbers play. I don't know about the course. I don't care where they're playing. Like those numbers, I like them. I think it's time of year where they're going to start picking it up. So, but I think we got a winner at the Valspar. I do.
Oh, I got one number for you. Sorry, bring back to Liv. I know you don't want to talk about it, but you brought him up a couple times, and he's in the promo. The Liv promo. They put out like 5 guys. It's like Phil, Puig, somebody else, Pat Perez, and this guy, Matt Jones, 110.
Yeah, I mean, went to ASU, gets a little hot with the irons. He kind of fits the mold of the 3 sticks and Charles type of guy, just a fucking journeyman.
I'd bet that 110. Why not?
Why are you telling me no last night?
I didn't think he'd be 110. I thought he'd be like 60.
Yeah, 110. That's a good number. I would bet that. Sure, we'll bet that. Okay, well, let's just say we did. All right, Matt Jones 110, Brooks and Bryson.
All right, boom.
Okay, let's get a winner.
All right.